Hello, welcome to this special edition of the Sustainable Scoop. This is Corwin Roncace, filling in for your host, Miriam Gennari. Since graduating from George Mason University with a bachelor's degree in film and video studies, I've been volunteering here as a proud member of the Arlington Weekly News team. I attended an open door Monday at the Arlington Central Library. Members of Arlington Independent Media lined up to talk to board member Christian Dorsey about the catastrophic budget cuts.
We're facing a huge budget cut. That $91,000 that's proposed to be cut in next year's budget, that's going to cut us off at the knees. We are members of the public trust, and our function as a broadcast company is the public trust. That is what we are experts in, independent media.
So, I'm getting tired of hearing we don't raise funds.
I'm sure you took umbrage at that line of conversation.
$230,000 last year we raised. Plus, these good people and many others like them are volunteering 5,000 hours of their time every year to produce these programs. When I send a camera operator to the county to run their camera, I charge them $50 an hour.
Right. Right.
So if you take what these folks are doing and multiply it by 50, that's $250,000 every year we're raising right there. Plus the $230,000 in cash.
I haven't always had access to public transit or a lot of resources. Somebody who was born blind and grew up blind, I've faced a lot of adversity in my life. When I had an opportunity to be part of this radio station, I decided, I'm going to give back to a community that no media decides to cover at all. And that's people with disabilities, 70% unemployment rate. People with disabilities. Every single week I have conversations with people around Arlington County and around the world. These are people that are finally able to have a voice, people who are finally able to tell their story. And a resource like Arlington Independent Media and WERA allows people to share their resources. And not only that, but it has also connected people with resources, such as Melwood, who signed on to be a recent sponsor of my show. Now, with that in mind, this is also increasing the employment, which means this decreases the amount of money the county has to pay when people with disabilities are being treated like human beings and hired for actual jobs.
AIM has a standing proposal to take on some of the functions of Arlington TV and saving the county an enormous amount of money. So we really hope that AIM will be around long enough for those discussions to become fruitful.
I was pleased to see you today, Mr. Dorsey, at the Community Engagement Forum, and I told you a little bit about Aging Matters and how it does serve the community. As promised, I indicated to you that I would go back to Mixcloud.com and give you a piece of paper which goes to show how many people have watched the show after. So here it is. And you will notice that in the little red numbers that up to 185 people have watched some of the shows.
Wow. There's a lot of people in this group that are doing entrepreneurial type shows. It's growing. Remember, we're changing fast right now. We're turning into some things that we haven't been before. We can turn this into a place that supports the little guy.
I think the value is providing opportunities to participate in media dissemination, the skills building, the training that we're building within the community. I think the opportunities to introduce this to newer generations, younger generations of Arlingtonians that you've always done, but are even doing more intentionally through camps and through other workshop experiences.
I wish I had this stuff when I was a kid.
I mean, it's amazing.
Just on the segment that I do for the Weekly News, I've interviewed hundreds of entrepreneurs, small businesses, women like that young lady that was here earlier talking about parks, about schools. I mean, there isn't a subject that we haven't covered. These people that are about to speak to you should come on our show because the production cost for what I do in 7 minutes is easily in the thousands. And they get it for free.
I just want to springboard on something that Miriam said to the others in the room. I know you have your topics of concern that you want to address with Christian, and they're just as important. But we're your media center. If you have, we have these shirts on, raise your voice. You can come to us. We're right in Clarendon. We can share your stories.
I came to this area, I was a foreign service officer, and so I'm part of that community that's very transitory, and people coming and going. And this is a huge, sprawling community, and it's hard to sort of find the center. It could be a way to sort of create a sense of community for those transitory or, newcomer populations that are hard to reach.
I think this station and this community is well run. It's got top of the line equipment. We have an organization here that could do so much to solve a lot of the problems and connect this community across all the different lines of differences that are there, from white to black to young to old to poor to middle class and all of that. This organization has that ability to connect people.
You hit on something really key. There's potential, and potential sometimes scare people who have to make decisions about budgets because they can't quantify what I'm getting, what's the return on investment, what's the bang for the buck. But if you're going to be in the business of, in my opinion, leading a community, you also have to recognize where you have the potential to actually achieve larger goals. AIM is a digital content deliverer, which provides infinite possibilities in the region.
That's right. Where technology and culture intersect.
I just want to shine just a little bit of light on the creative economy. I'm with the music community, so my show is on WERA's DC Music Rocks, and it's all about the local arts. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because my show's up to about 8,000 followers if you count them all, and it's really growing into this thing. So the reason I bring that up is because I was at a conference in DC where DC is really studying the rise of the creative economy. There's a book about this, and so he brought up Austin and San Francisco and those thriving cities and those places because they are supporting the arts. Because what's supporting the arts and the creative economy is where the money is going. So that creative economy aspect, it lives and thrives at AIM. And don't forget that when you're looking at the budget, fund us so that we can continue to promote the arts and the creative economy too, because that's big for Arlington.
Look, everybody in this room gets it's a tough budget year, and we're not asking to be, exempt from that. We're willing to do our share, are we not?
I would like to thank Mr. Christian Dorsey for his time and for all who are willing to stand up for AIM. To send comments to the board, email to countyboard@arlingtonva.us. I'm Corwin Roncace. That's the Sustainable Scoop. Back to the news desk.